présente 10 ans après l'accord de Paris sur le climat, la COP des forêts organisée en Amazonie, la COP des peuples et des pays du Sud. Vaste programme que celui souhaité par le président brésilien Lula. À l'heure où la coopération internationale et le multilatéralisme sont attaqués, le Brésil entend se faire le médiateur entre les pays vulnérables au réchauffement et les pays développés, responsables historiques de celui-ci. Un mot d'ordre, sans justice climatique, pas de solution durable. Accueillir un événement avec des dizaines de milliers de participants est également un enjeu d'image internationale, en partie déjà écorné par ce choix de retenir la ville de Belém, certes à la porte de l'Amazonie, mais à la capacité hôtelière limitée, ce qui a mené à une explosion des coûts d'hébergement rendus parfois inaccessibles aux représentants de petits pays. Membre du G20 dont il a assuré la présidence, le Brésil veut enfin montrer qu'il peut concilier une place de leader des pays du Sud et enjeux environnementaux.
The northern tip of Brazil, and out there in the ocean is a drill ship. Petrobras, Brazil's state-owned oil company, is drilling a first exploratory well for oil.
Susan, let's start with new pictures of protesters storming the building tonight. What happened?
Yeah, about 7:30 this evening, a large group of protesters were assembled out here in the front of the venue. They were able to push their way inside the COP venue, past the security screening tables and into a foyer area. It's clear that the security staff were struggling to contain the crowd, to push them back and keep them from accessing the rest of the meeting rooms and the pavilions. One report locally said it was a group of indigenous people and another group politically linked, and one of their...
Os manifestantes indígenas enfrentaram nesta terça-feira seguranças da COP30 em Belém ao tentarem entrar no centro de conferências.
Doors are opening up. They're going through. Doors are not down. They went through. They're going through the security fence. It's so cold. People are being harassed.
Estava acontecendo a marcha de saúde e do clima que estava vindo da Embaixada dos Povos com os povos indígenas. Inclusive foram dispersos lá na frente pela polícia. Poder reivindicar.
Tá gravando, tá gravando. Por aqui.
Julie, good morning to you. Over here, it's late at night, but today happened right here at the UN Climate Summit, and all of a sudden everyone started running away from some sort of commotion, and we couldn't tell what it was, and they would start screaming at the top of their lungs, no, run, and there was a lot of confusion, and I remember feeling this sense of impending physical danger because, as you know, last week there were protesters that broke into the venue and people got rather severely injured, and it was only until we got out of the venue that we saw billows of smoke billowing out of the venue, and that's when we knew a major fire had broken out. You know, my crew was actually much closer to the actual fire than I was, and we've got
fire extinguishers, and then more security came and evacuated more of the people quite in an orderly way. I didn't see anyone that fell or anyone that was injured. It happened within a matter of 2 or 3 minutes.
We were eating our lunch. We were very hungry, so we were eating, and then suddenly everyone started screaming and leaving the place. I had to rush eating my dish and everything, and then we had to leave the tent. Everyone was being pulled out, and basically what happened was that a fire started at the blue zone, at the very center of the blue zone. I believe it was controlled, but there was a little bit of mess.
Right, so now we're all here, safely evacuated from the conference venue, and I've got the COP30 media statement on my phone right now, and it says that 13 people were treated on site for smoke inhalation, and they're currently being given more medical attention. And it also says the fire was controlled in around 6 minutes.
That everyone is now safe. It is, of course, the second last day of the climate conference, and even before the fire, negotiations were expected to go into overtime. So, OT for you. Sorry about that. So are we any closer, to seeing parties reaching a consensus?
Yeah, so, it's rather unfortunate timing, this fire that's happened. For now, the COP30 Brazilian presidency and the UNFCCC have jointly decided to temporarily close the Blue Zone, which, as I said, is where all the global talks happen, while the fire department, carries out a comprehensive safety assessment.
Inouï. Des villas luxueuses, entièrement ravagées par les flammes.
Des inondations historiques frappent le Vietnam.
Ces animaux n'ont pas survécu à la sécheresse d'une ampleur exceptionnelle. Il n'est quasiment pas tombé une goutte de pluie ici depuis 18 mois.
It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion.
Promover ato pacífico, acompanhado de perto por forças de segurança.
Territories. So why is it that we cannot have the power to decide here?
Sentimos na pele a derrota do nosso tempo.
Je suis pas un lobbyiste. Vous savez, je suis pas un lobbyiste du tout. Vous me trompez.
Oil. They haven't extracted any oil yet. They're measuring the reserves. We are off the northern tip of Brazil, and out there in the ocean is a drill ship. Petrobras, Brazil's state-owned oil company, is drilling a first exploratory well for oil. They haven't extracted any oil yet. They're measuring the reserves. It's estimated that along this Amazonian coast, the reserves could yield 30 billion barrels of oil. And it's attracted not just Petrobras, but oil majors like Chevron, but also ExxonMobil and a Chinese consortium. After 10 years of trying, Petrobras got approval from the Brazilian government to finally drill on the eve of COP30, hosted by Brazil in Belém, promoting Brazil's green credentials, highlighting the Amazon, but with delegates now greeted by a protest message, COP30, welcome to the end of the Amazon free of oil.
It's very problematic. Brazil is a big oil producer. We are number 8 in the world, but the government had taken a decision to increase this production in the middle of the climate crisis.
Le mot de Lula, le président brésilien, devait être la COP de l'action, celle qui permettait enfin de changer la donne sur le plan environnemental. Alors forcément, c'est très récent, le mois dernier, il y a quelques jours à peine, finalement, autorisation de forage pétrolier dans les baies de l'Amazone, et bien elle fait c'est beaucoup de dents du côté de l'Amérique latine et des défenseurs de l'environnement partout dans le monde. C'est le géant pétrolier brésilien Petrobras qui serait chargé de la prospection, qui va être chargé, c'est à 500 km de l'embouchure du fleuve Amazone, et ces forages en haute mer, forcément, ils posent beaucoup de problèmes, surtout que c'était un feu vert qui était attendu depuis 2014, ça fait 11 ans, et il intervient quand? À quelques jours seulement de cette COP30, donc forcément, ça fait grincer des dents. Les défenseurs de l'environnement, notamment l'association Greenpeace, disaient dans les colonnes de nos confrères Mediapart, voilà, juste avant la COP, je les cite, autoriser l'exploitation du pétrole dans la baie du fleuve Amazone, une région extrêmement fragile, parce qu'il faut le rappeler, et puis on marche sur la tête, dit cette organisation, en termes de crédibilité et d'exemple, forcément, on repassera. Alors certains dénoncent l'hypocrisie de Lula dans ce double discours finalement, et ceux qui viennent à sa défense, c'est évidemment l'Institut brésilien de l'environnement et des ressources naturelles renouvelables, qui est l'institut qui a donné cette autorisation de manière très formelle et qui assure de son côté que ce qui aurait été hypocrite finalement, c'était de repousser cet accord après la COP. Bon, chacun y voit ce qu'il veut. Lula, lui, il voit en tout cas une question de souveraineté économique, de souveraineté énergétique aussi. Alors certes, c'est un sujet important, ce n'est pas anodin, il ne faut pas le négliger. Il voit la perspective de nombreuses créations d'emplois dans des régions qui sont pauvres, qui sont sinistrées dans ces sujets-là de l'emploi. Et il y voit enfin, peut-être surtout, un intérêt politique. Ça lui permet.